Okay, Ryan, here's your video on the 24 Gold 14 2021. Two 20-pound propane tanks. These are both full and ready to go. The furnace will use the majority of this propane. Stove uses a little bit. Water, you can use gas or electric. So those three items use the propane. There's your battery. And then here's your storage. And then there's your 30 amp power cord. There's an adapter, so if you need to plug it in like at home, you can plug it in. You can't run the AC or microwave, but everything else will be okay. And then there's your table. There's a manual crank for these stabilizer jacks. So there's a jack on each corner. So once you get set up, once you back it into your site and you want to level it, the first thing you want to do is level it side to side. And that's done by placing something under the wheels. That'll lift that side up. If it's close or level side to side, unhook it, crank the jack up and down. Now we're level both ways, front to back and side to side. Then you go ahead and crank these jacks down. That'll keep everything from wiggling. And then I also see there's a quick connect for the propane. So if you want to do a grill or something out here, you can set a grill up. There's a security light. You got a power awning. There's lights on the side of those. You also got outside speakers. You can take the TV, bring it outside, hang it outside, plug it in your cable or antenna, you can watch TV outside. Steps flipping in and out of the door. One thing you want to worry about is these legs, there's adjustments. So first thing you do is pull the steps out. Once they're down, make sure the door doesn't hit right here because it'll bend this piece right here. So there's also adjustments underneath here. There's a little lever you push. You can telescope those legs in and out. Some leash latches here. Backup camera comes with factory. The monitor is an app you can get for your phone. That's brand new. They just came out with it. But there's an app that you can download from this company. Literature's in the drawer. So yeah, you can use your phone as a monitor for your backup camera. Spare tire. License plate will hang from this tail light. And there's a vent here you can open up, circulate air. If you're running down the road, you got your bike or whatever back there, get the gas fumes out. There's your power cord hookup. This is where you fill your 100-gallon fresh water tank at. Otherwise, if you have water hookup, you just screw right to the city water. So this one you hook up, turn it on, you run off the pressure from the hose. Otherwise, you stick a hose in here, fill up the fresh tank, take all that water with you, and then there's a water pump inside that you turn on, and then that'll pressurize the whole system. Once you lose pressure, pump runs. Once you shut a faucet off, the pump shuts off. Water heater runs off electric or propane. If you want it to run off electricity, there's a switch here. If you want it to run off propane, there's a switch inside for propane. So electric switch outside, propane switch inside. Furnace intake exhaust. There's really nothing going on here to do. If you're wondering if your furnace is working, you can come out here. It should be sucking in air, blowing out hot air right here. Most of the time, just make sure your propane tanks are open and they have propane in them. Black tank flush. So let's go over dumping the sewer. You want to hook your cap up. Big gate valve in the front is it's for the waste. It's called the black tank. There's a monitor inside that'll show you. It'll monitor these tank levels. So hook up your hose, complete that connection, pull the gate valve out like it is now, dump the black water, leave it open, and then that's where you want to go over here and hook your hose up to this connection, and that'll flush your black tank out. Just make sure that the valve is open, or you'll overfill the toilet tank with sewage. It'll fill the trailer with sewage is what it'll do. Shut the hose off, close the valve, open the gray, that's just soapy water, and that'll flush the sewer hose out for you when you're done. There's cable or satellite input, so if you go to your campground, you got cable or satellite, you hook up here. Otherwise, you have an HD antenna on the roof. And then here's your outside shower. Got some storage here, pass through. And then I can tell you a little bit about the camper. We know what it is, the 24 Gold 14. There's your VIN number. That's the date it was built, 5/26. So yeah, it's been here a week or two. through the bathroom here. Okay, it looks like there's some chemicals here. You want to dump that in the toilet, and that goes right down to that black tank, and then that'll get rid of the smell. It'll break the waste down, break the toilet paper down, helps with the odor. And then there's USB hookups next to the bed. This one over here is for a Bluetooth speaker. They discontinued it, but there's still some charging ports on the side of it. Like a king bed. You got your pass-through storage, but you also have access underneath here too as well. Battery disconnect. So if you're not using it, turn that to red. That'll disconnect everything, keep your battery from being dead. Otherwise, leave it on. That way it charges your battery. And then all your breakers and fuses are there. So anything that runs through 110 has a breaker. Anything that runs through the battery is fused. And if a fuse blows, the light will come on and it'll tell you which fuse blew. And you got your shower door is locked closed. Looks like you got heat and AC in the bathroom, which is exactly how it should be. And then here's your heating and cooling thermostat. So we got fan, you can just circulate air without the AC on. And then you can do high or low continuous, or you can do thermostat, which is auto. And then heat and off. And this is where your TV will hook up. There's a piece of wood here, so if you get a bracket to mount with it, you screw it right into the wall. This is for cable or antenna. Antenna, turn the booster on, light comes on. Then you'll do a channel search. It'll get all the local channels in your area. Otherwise, turn it off. If you have cable hooked up to the outside at a campground or whatever, turn the booster off, scan your TV, and that'll do a scan for the cable channels. And then the remote for this, just an app again that you download on your phone. AM, FM, does inside speakers, does outside speakers, or both. There's 2 zones here for that. Got 11 cubic foot refrigerator. Got your oven, microwave, keys are on the faucet. And this is that monitor panel. It tells me where the battery's at. It's pretty low, better get her plugged in. So your battery's gonna charge. As soon as I plug this into electricity, your battery will charge. I just connected it back up. You got a solar panel on the roof that'll help charge that as well. Fresh water's 2/3. Black and gray is empty. So use these buttons to determine how full your battery is. Fresh water, black and gray tanks. Propane switch for the water heater. Hit that, fires up. And then here's your pump for the fresh tank. So again, if we're using that tank, turn the pump on. Pump won't run unless you demand pressure. Unless you demand water, then the pump kicks on. And as soon as I shut that faucet off, that pump shut off. So that's kind of how that works. Top bunk, just grab that handle, pull it down. Otherwise, leave it up and then flip these down. You can have your seating and table area back here. Patio deck. Some more USB chargers. Speakers, AC vents in the ceiling. Looks like you got 2 speakers and looks like a subwoofer. The AC vents you can open here and have it dump straight on you, or you can close them like they are now and it'll push through the ductwork in the trailer. These you can do either way. In fact, there's one on each side. You can have one scoop the air in, one push the air out. So either way works. So your solar panels on the roof, that's charging up the battery. These are all just light switches. You kind of have to figure out which one they are. Awning, this will run the awning in and out. Some of these lights too, if they have the button here, you can turn them on, push them using that button like so.